Which movies do you think are straight up propaganda? I feel like the internship was a way for Google to advertise their workspace and job environment lol. Oh man. There was a documentary a while back called, What the Bleep Do We Know? That advertised itself as a science documentary exploring the weirdness of quantum physics. It sounded cool and I actually went and saw it in the theater. Turns out it was a flat-out scam promoting the ideas of a new age cult called the Ramtha School of Enlightenment. A handful of physicists were duped into appearing and heavily edited to appear as though they agreed with the cult's message. I've never felt so cheated leaving a theater. Rocky IV. Love the movie wholeheartedly, but Rocky winning the Cold War was a bit blatant. That movie Battleship was basically one long advert for the Navy. Most musical biopics seem like an attempt to rewrite history just the way the movie makers want it to be remembered. Very strange. Rambo 3 hanging out with Osama bin Laden and other anti-Soviet child freedom fighters in Afghanistan. What is so ancient only an internet veteran can remember? Real Player. Also, uninstalling Real Player. Playing pool in Yahoo chat rooms. Dialing into the bulletin board. Netscape. You forgot the construction worker excavating GIFs and the under construction banner. CDs that came in the mail containing 500 free hours from AOL. People who don't want children. Why? I think having children isn't something you do because you don't have a reason not to. I would have children if I had a really good reason to. And I don't. It's an important, life-changing decision that involves an innocent person being brought into the world. I don't think I should do that just because might as well. Because I genuinely would not be happy with kids. I strongly believe that all kids deserve to be wanted. But not all people deserve to be parents. Edit. Thanks so much for the upvotes and awards. I'm selfish when it comes to my quiet time. I love being alone. I like my own personal space. Expensive. Plus being a teacher I have seen enough and don't want to come home to dealing with more kids. I am physically disabled with a genetic circulation condition. I don't want to pass my condition on to others. And the physical aspects of raising children would be too much strain on me. Women who think that only men should be drafted in the event of a war. Why? Sorts by controversial. I'm going to be honest, I have never met any woman who thinks men should be drafted. Most of the women I talk to think that no one should be drafted. This thread is wild. I don't. But at least one parent needs to stay with the babies. He's diabetic. I'd take his place if needed. In a perfect world there would be no draft. I honestly don't know anyone who says this unironically. A much more popular opinion in my experience is that the draft should be abolished entirely. So neither men nor women should be forced to serve in a war they don't support. I'm not a fan of the draft in general. And as a healthy young female, if it came to it, I would enlist. But one thing a lot of people are forgetting is that rape is used as a method of war. We don't talk about it a lot because it's so horrific. But in every armed conflict there is mass rape and women are raped to death. The stories of what the Russians did to the German women after World War II are horrific. What are the myths that got debunked multiple times but still believed by people? That one thing about swallowing like 7 spiders a year in your sleep. Why the hell did anyone ever think that was a thing? LMAO. Goldfish have a memory of 3 seconds. Actually, they have a relatively good memory and can even be trained to perform tricks. The myth that cracking your knuckles can cause arthritis. Daddy long legs, carpenter spiders being the most venomous spiders in the world, only their fangs aren't long enough to bite you. Your heart stops when you sneeze. That humans use 10% of their brain. I mean, sometimes I use that much. What do you have more than 2,000 hours doing? Overthinking. RuneScape. Probably being on Reddit. Playing Skyrim. Subscribe, my brothers.